93% of the taxpayers in Hemphill County are non-Hemphill County residents. That's a fact. They're mineral owners, they're oil companies, they're elsewhere. So those of us who do live here get a huge benefit by living in a community such as this. As far as bringing the mineral owners back in, you know, I think we're going to have a large response. I think just like at the beef conference, I saw a number of people at the beef conference that came from ranching families, but they had moved off and they'd never been involved in the family ranch, and they had an opportunity to come learn about what the ranch life does. I saw a number of people come back to Canadian for that. And I think we'll have success along the same lines with the actual mineral owners. I think that we'll have a broad representation of small and large, and I think AgriLife can be the vehicle to get the mineral owner, to get the farm and ranch owner, or get the royalty owner that has moved off to Dallas or New York or whatever, and get them at the table to sit down with the executives of these oil companies that are drilling on the family land. Once again, I think it's an educational opportunity, and that's the way we have to look at it.
So I was really excited to hear that Texas A&M AgriLife was interested in what we were doing here and what we're trying to put together. You know, I think a lot of people forget that extension covers natural resources, and oil and gas is a natural resource. It's not just cows and wheat and barley and corn. This fits in perfectly to their extension model. You know, to take a body of knowledge and extend that out to another place and get that in front of the people. And that's exactly what we're doing here. It was, you know, the point of what we're trying to do as a community and put together fits AgriLife perfectly. And so to have them involved and have their support is just huge to us. You know, we've put together something here, and I think we've put together a blueprint here of something that can be extended all over the state and beyond. If there's oil and gas or energy, not just oil and gas, but if there's energy being produced in an area, it's going to affect the local landowners, mineral owners, residents, doesn't matter. Really, this is an energy conference, not just an oil and gas conference. We've got solar, there's wind energy coming in, new stuff all the time. So if individuals live in an area where energy is being produced, there's no reason why the blueprint that we've put together here can't be applied there. It's not unique to Hemphill County, Texas, or the Western Anadarko Basin as far as that goes. It's not even unique to Texas. What we've put together here could be applied to just about anywhere in the United States.
Well, the extension part of it is that today the youth, they don't have the benefit of some of the things we did in early times. We had not near as much time and a whole lot more time for work. We were involved in a lot of different things physically, whether that's a 4-H program or FFA. Today, it's not uncommon to see kids that aren't involved in any of those things, that concentrate on going to college, getting a degree, and going to work. And probably 85% of the time, it's not any agricultural field. And they kind of get away from us. They get into big cities. I have 2 daughters. One's a lawyer. One works for a law firm, both in Dallas. Now, what's going to happen if I take my minerals and they inherit those one day? Will they have an understanding of where those came from? Will they have an understanding of how it was developed? How are they getting a check? Why is it lower this month than it was last month? What kind of contracts involved with this? Hopefully the lawyer part of that with my daughter will probably look into that, but so many don't have a clue. And you're right, we've had the benefit in Hemphill County where there's been so much exploration for so many years. There's some very, very educated people on the way to do contracts, on the way to develop a contract for damages, whether that be for exploration, a location, to start exploring, pipeline to get the product to sales. There's so many different facets there that most of the people in this part of the country dealing with it have a real good idea of it. If they don't, they certainly have a lawyer involved with it where they can talk to him. But some of these kids today that have these minerals, they just think it's a check coming in. And if we can educate them on that, I think they'll find in the end and develop an appreciation for both the oil field as well as the agricultural aspect. Oil companies and agriculture haven't always gotten along, but there's no reason why they can't get along if they have the proper communication. And many of these people have just not been in that communication trail.
When Andy Holloway, our extension agent here, and I first talked about this, we were looking at it from 30,000 feet, so to speak, and understanding that the mission of extension service was probably going to change and as you go forward, because there are fewer and fewer people involved in production agriculture. And for them to be a viable entity in the state of Texas, continue to do what they do, they're going to have to maybe change some of the things they did. And as we looked at this conference, we discussed the possibility of that and other programs similar to this being some of the things they could get involved in, as opposed to the things we traditionally think of the extension service doing. So when Andy and I talked to his supervisors, not only the regional ones, but the ones all the way at the top of the chain in College Station, they thought this was sort of a unique idea. And when we started talking about putting this together, they wanted to emphasize to us to develop something that could be replicated going forward throughout the state of Texas for other A&M extension service people to get involved in and do at their local level also. Not just for us, but they see this as other similar things, other similar programs like this that they need to get involved in if they want to be a viable entity and service for the state of Texas.
In this Western Anadarko AgriLife Oil and Gas Conference on Tuesday, October 2nd, we're going to see a bridge built between people that are executives and companies in the oil and gas business, both production and service and other type of companies. And you know, we have asked those people to come here and speak. And one of the unique things that I think is neat about this conference is those people are coming here on their freely. They're not charging us to come to this conference. They're taking care of that themselves. There are oil and gas conferences all over the world. Any day of the week you can go somewhere, whether it's the Middle East or London or New York City or Moscow, Odessa, Texas. But it's specific conferences that people are paying those speakers extremely high speaking fees to speak about things that are related specifically to a technical side of the industry. Well, I think this is unique because these people, the oil and gas people, are tight-lipped. And they're coming here because they want to provide a level of communication to mineral owners and landowners that we've never seen before. And so it is a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough that these people want to do it. It's a breakthrough that mineral owners want to hear about it.